Hey everyone, welcome to another Still Speaks video, and we got the best developers in the world right here to talk to us about Sanctuary Shattered Sun. While we watch, what are the best players playing Sanctuary Shattered Sun on what difficulty did you say this was, Brad?
Yeah, so this is a recording from start to finish of a playthrough on the God Gamer difficulty. So we have a certified God Gamer here because this guy, his name is Vertex, and he's put out this cool video of him playing through our game on the hardest difficulty we have. Which, when we put that difficulty in the game, we thought there would be 4 difficulties like easy, normal, hard, and very hard. And then we just cranked up the numbers on some more difficulties. But these guys are actually
He's paused the
able
game.
to.
Look at this. That's how he does
That's
it.
right.
That's how
That's
you do
right.
it.
You can pause the game.
That's how you beat
Yeah.
God Gamer. See, I was wondering how he could possibly do this because I've tried this and I get slammed, right? Very cheeky. And now he's turned the speed up and now he's turning the speed down. Wow.
Do we have a certified cheater?
That's right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you have a certified God Gamer.
I'm kidding. He's smart.
This is how you do it.
He's thinking.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
Yeah.
So, quick question. If you wanted to
Sure.
watch this video yourself, where does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's right. This guy's on YouTube, and I think his channel is called Vertex, but we'll just add the link in the description of this video, and you should totally check him out because he deserves it for. I think this is the first world playthrough on this difficulty, so
He's gone Tech 2.
Already?
that's right.
Oh my
He's
god.
rushing
And he killed the
rushing.
factory.
to
He-
harvest the allies.
But why did he kill it in the first? Oh, because he wanted to get some NGs up, and then he killed the factory immediately after making like 2 NGs or something.
That's right.
How's he gonna survive?
And I think this is a really cool moment. What he's doing is he's actually counting the number of grid spaces to put his defense away by dragging a line.
Oh man, this guy's on a different level.
He's like figured it all out.
I want to know how many playthroughs he had. We need to interview him.
That's right, we should.
Vertex, would you like to come on and tell us how to play our game? Which isn't the first time that's happened, by the way, because when we went to PAX East, we had a visitor from one of the best FAF players in the world, and I didn't realize he was. He was just playing the game, and like 100 people had played the game, and I went over to teach him how to play and stuff, and he just started correcting me, and I'm like, who are you, man? And yeah, number 8 player in the world in FAF, so...
Look what he did with his his commander. He had his commander going back and forth, so I think his commander is defending the other side.
That's right. He's going to be dodging all the tank bullets and stuff. But I think what's really cool about this is that this guy isn't playing with a high APM. He doesn't have like 400 APM or anything like that, which, that's what this game is. We intended this game to be. I know he's pausing the game and stuff, right? But even now, right, he's just set up his orders. He's made exactly the right decisions he needs to make. And now he's just letting it go. It doesn't, he could have been, crazy microing and everything like that, but, the play style that this guy has isn't,
Is what we were
500
aiming
APM.
for. Yeah.
That's right. It's strategic.
I'm curious, did we fix the chosen commander? Because I know its bullets used to go all over the place because of the walk cycle.
Well,
but
you
it
can
seems to be
see
on
he's
point.
fixed now. He's fixed
Yeah.
in the video, and he's on target. Yeah, what we did
Yeah.
is we gave him an update to his walk animation. It looks better now.
So you kept
I think there's still.
the gun steady.
Yeah, and we just redid the whole thing from scratch, actually, just to give it a better pass.
Cool.
The guys were saying that the animations needed some work, and we put some work into the
listened.
animations.
Yeah, and
That's
that was
right.
Kubo Wu.
That's right. It was Kubo who did the animations for those, and we also, I believe, I think it is in this patch because we have a lot of stuff that we've done, but not all of it's released to the latest players.
Yeah.
We also redid a bunch of the guard walking animations so that they don't skate on their ground because we had a lot of placeholder ones, and now we have better placeholder animations. So the placeholders are
Yeah.
slightly improved.
But there's still placeholders.
Isn't Kubu
That's right.
Isn't Kubu the guy who made the guard?
Yeah.
That's right. He's made the guard. He's been working hard all this time, and we've got a few more guard units that are coming in into the game.
Got
They're
a
not in this patch
mobile
yet, but,
arty.
yeah,
and it's worth
mobile
pointing
artillery.
out that Kubo does lots of other stuff as well, like the animations. He's done lots of the video, like on that trailer. He was one of the people who worked on that, and he has some Dyson sphere structure stuff coming up. We haven't shown anybody that stuff yet.
Yeah, that's right. He's made 175 models for the Dyson sphere structures.
Well, they're parts, right? So you stitch them
That's
together.
right. He's made a kit of parts, and there's curvy ones, there's straight ones, and so on and so on. And the funny part is that, I checked his work. I'm like, yeah, this looks good, and then we did nothing with it.
We'll get
But
there.
But you're
So
going
he's
get
just
there soon
making-
enough.
He's just making Tech 2 engineers. That's what he's focusing on. He's putting all his
Yeah.
build power on making more build power. Is he upgrading his extractors?
I don't know. Maybe he's just relying on that delicious yummy alloy that's sitting there on the ground on the beach.
Yeah, he's still on all T1 extractors, is he?
He might be, yeah.
That's interesting
And
because
he's got a
I would be
couple missing.
rushing. I'd be rushing extractors, but I guess if you got the alloy, then you're limited by build power, right? So build power. So I'd be rushing like 3 more factories then, and just spamming out T1 NGs.
Well, that's why you're not a god gamer, 9, and this guy
I know.
Cortex is. I mean, just like
Because what I think is really cool is that he's
Are those
he's
shields?
built engineers. There's those T2 power generators, right?
Oh.
And then so he's rushing out the shields, but also what I noticed is that the harvest from the first 2 waves is starting to run out, so he doesn't need too many more engineers, and that's why maybe he didn't build the factories, because if you build a factory it takes too much time, and then by the time the engineer comes in it's the next wave. And I reckon for the first few waves you really need to do it 1 wave at a time.
Right.
I didn't,
Yeah, because I just get crushed. I get overwhelmed, and all my stuff dies in like the first wave.
I didn't even know you could pause this game. I should have known.
You can pause and speed it up. That's right. We've already
Oh.
got time controls in here. There's
I
still a
love
lot
it.
more coming, so
I love
you know
it.
the game's in active development and everything like that.
Well, it
so-
wouldn't have been there all the time still. So you were like the first person to ever see this. So you kind of we added features afterwards.
That's true. That's true.
But if you use the plus and minus keys, you can speed up the game. Or is it page up and page down? I can't even remember.
It's page up and page down.
There we go. And the
and
pause key
it's-
pauses.
The pause key pauses,
key
and also there's a.
pauses.
That's right, and also there's a pause button on the bottom right of the screen in the UI, which isn't very good UI in hindsight because nobody notices it. But the pause button is right there.
But the pause button pauses. I mean,
It
Who
it
would have
and
thought?
it also the pause button didn't work for a while, so we hooked it up you know.
Yeah, but it is interesting. He's
Wait.
paused it a few times. So
is that alloy storage?
Yeah, he's building loads of energy storage, which in my head isn't really something I would do, because if you can balance your eco really well, you don't need it as much. But this guy's building heaps of it.
Is
we're
it
not-
energy storage or alloy storage?
I believe it's energy. Well, I don't know.
It's hard to see on this
Uh,
stream.
I think it's energy storage because the energy icon's there.
Still, you can see it better.
Can I?
Yeah.
Our faces are covering the.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I done good.
We'll figure
Oh,
it
I
out.
meant
done
that.
good.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry.
Oh, it is energy.
But yeah,
because
so
it's got the little lightning symbols on it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
My
Strat
bad.
icon.
yeah, that's right.
My bad. But I do think there's some alloy storage next to it.
And are those T2 energy?
Yeah,
it's so-
it's T2 energy. That's right, and he's just building them spaced apart in case one blows up, they don't blow each other up.
Man, I would have been Russian extractors. He hasn't even. Maybe you just don't need extractors.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
they're just depositing alloy on the beach for him, right there.
And later on, the engineering stations are going to auto reclaim, right? So you could have one of them
Okay.
under the shield, and then
that's right.
it'd just be
Auto
hoovering that
harvest.
stuff up.
I
Yeah.
love that. Like
Exactly.
automatically, you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they're idle, they'll just you'll be able to just say make yourself useful, so you don't need to like go around and clicking assist on everything and telling them to harvest things. They'll just like hoover up anything in the vicinity and stuff.
Now,
Yeah.
will it repair automatically, like damaged anything next to it?
We're thinking of adding a toggle for it. So like, because engineering stations in our game, it's basically an engineer that can't move, so it can do all of these things. It can build, it can repair. So, we'll need to figure out exactly how we want it to behave, because if it's like, no, you need to build this, and then it's too busy using all your allies to try and repair your commander or something, maybe that's not the best use. So there's a bunch of edge cases which you got to think about when you're designing mechanics like that, and we
Right,
think
right.
about it all the time.
Because it'll cost.
He's just ignoring. There's Artie hitting him on the left hand side, and he just doesn't care. He's not doing anything about it.
Maybe that's the
Or
way.
he
This
built
is
one
only-
tank. He built a tank on the left. There's one tank coming out.
Yeah, and there's one tank on the right. That's right.
To deal with the already.
My mistake. He is dealing with the Artie with one T1 tank. I would have had all land spam up. I would have had like 10 factories.
He actually wrote some notes on this. So he's a guard enjoyer, but it's basically his strategy is sniper bots or go home, because sniper bots can shoot from under shields really well, and they can also move to chase down the artillery, and they're just barely fast enough to do it. So everybody suicides into your shields to the sniper bots and the PDs, and then you chase the sniper bots outside. So we're about to see some of this stuff in action. And yeah, like some of his comments were pretty good. You know, guard doesn't have sniper bots, instant trash.
Right.
Ooh, shots fired.
That's right. Guard enjoyers, what are you gonna say to that? Hmm?
I mean,
How does the range of the sniper bot compared to like a T3 Audi mobile?
So an artillery has more range, right? Obviously, it's got about, I think, 90 range, but a sniper bot's got about 60, which is about the same as a T2 point defense, I believe, right?
So you may as well just have PD.
But the sniper bots can move, and that's the important part, is you can use them to chase artillery.
Yeah.
Kill
Once
the
the wave's
artillery.
cleared, you just move
That's
out,
right.
kill them all, and come
It's
back.
the closest thing you have in the game to mobile point defenses. So, and since the
You
enemy...
can see the waves in the background still. I think those have been added since our last video.
That's right,
number
shore
of
waves.
It's 5 out of 20.
No, we mean the waves on the sea. There's shore waves now. You can see them from here.
Oh,
The ocean.
duh! The waves in the ocean.
That's all right. Yeah,
So-
that's okay.
There's multiple
Wow.
types of waves,
That
and
was
then
on
you can
video.
see these waves as well.
I certainly hope nobody clips that. No,
But
they
the
look
waves look
phenomenal.
cool, right?
They look
Yeah,
phenomenal. I love it.
They
That was
actually
really
even
cool,
have
dude.
some displacement in the water, so they actually make they actually go on shore a little bit because they're higher. The waves are actually higher. If you tilt the camera, they're not just flat textures. They actually make the water go up.
Yeah. It's not just a picture.
Yeah.
It's the mesh.
Yeah.
I
That
tell you what, though,
is
this
awesome.
guy's not even struggling, right? Because he's not like
He's not even trying.
he's not even close to struggling. So I think we need to make an extra difficulty.
Yeah, God
I-
Gamer.
No,
yeah.
I think it should be called Vertex.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Yeah, no, there is an egregious bug in this game, in the build that this guy is playing, which we've fixed since. But which is that harvesting dead units gives you too many alloys.
Right.
It's a bug, and in fact, it gives you 4 times as many as we designed.
Right.
We just didn't check it for a while, but yeah. So we've actually fixed that.
So he can't do
in the
this
next
anymore.
build.
So he can't do this.
Yeah,
anymore.
so this guy's never been really down on alloys and never really been trying to do like extractors and stuff because you can just get everything you need from dead units. But a big chunk of that will disappear, so he'll be struggling some more.
So maybe you don't need to add a new.
Mm,
new
Oh, I think we do. I think we
you
do.
think so?
But not yet.
He's
We-
getting 4 times as much alloy in there.
It doesn't matter. We'll, we're just planning for the future.
Okay, you believe in this guy, I see.
So he's
Well,
got
it's like-
he's made a Tech 3 factory, and it's interesting that he didn't upgrade his Tech 2 factory. He just made a new one from scratch. So I guess he didn't want to slow down his build power production or something.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he's relying on T2 PD pretty much. And his
Yeah.
Right.
engineers are his economy, like straight up.
Yeah, and like you notice how he hasn't even filled in his 3 extractor spots. He doesn't even care about that at all.
Yeah.
I believe he's still on T1 extractors, maybe. It's hard to see from the stream.
I think you're right.
Yeah, doesn't care.
I don't-
Doesn't matter.
I don't see a little a little white bump underneath it, so I think he's.
That's right. That means a
all
tier 1, yeah.
But the I think the shields is just way too OP. We need to do something.
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
true. I think the numbers on the shields are wrong.
I love this unit. This is one of my favorite units. Look at
the
that.
grenade
Oh
bot.
yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you already
And-
adjust the numbers on the shields?
No,
No,
we
not
haven't.
yet.
We actually never
Oh, you didn't-
actually
you didn't
balanced. Like we kind of just slapped in some stuff on the shields, and it was like, yeah, whatever. But I think they need to be at least like 30% less HP or something like that. And that's a pretty big
That's a
adjustment.
big-
I guess the game isn't even out yet, right? But that's a pretty big adjustment if
That's
your
a
game is
huge
fine tuned.
adjustment.
And so what he's doing now is he's building engineering stations around his factory, and he's
Genius.
used a cool little feature that we have, which is he's ordered the engineering stations to assist the factory before they were even built. Before they even started being built, he just clicked on the ghosts, and he told the ghosts to assist the factory, so that when they get built, they will actually automatically assist the factory, so you don't need to think about it. It's a fire and forget.
You could
That's
tell
a
the
feature we've got in our
ghosts
game.
to do that.
Yeah, that's right. So those green things,
Yeah.
they already have an order to assist.
I love that. That is such a
Yeah.
great quality. That's such a great quality of life update. I love that.
Yeah. It really makes your life easy because you can place 100 factories and then click them all before they're built and say assist this factory over here.
And you don't have to wait until they're done and go back and forth between what you're doing.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah, and you can set up your entire game's worth of factories in like literally 10 seconds, right? Have it all done, and then you just wait for the next hour. They're just slowly getting improved.
Sanctuary.
Kind of
is
like
tr-
this guy's doing. He's already chilling.
He's kicking back.
Like looking at the different animations for the units and stuff, and just,
It's true, but he does pause it as well.
That's true. In the beginning, right, he was pausing the game,
Yeah,
and
he's paused it
now
right
he's
now.
not.
Yeah, no, I've been
Yeah.
watching it. He's been pausing it.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think it's super smart.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so like I think this is to me this is when I watched this video, one, I was amazed that anybody could beat it on God Gamer, but two, I was really happy that people can play this game at the highest level without needing
To cheat.
like insane micro tactics, right? This guy's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill and beat everybody else on the planet for this, right? But yeah, we definitely need to up the difficulty now because
You're right.
there's more challenges to
but
overcome.
the fact that he's pausing it really just removes a lot of APM. Otherwise, he'd have to be clicking a lot faster. So in a multiplayer game, he would just be clicking a lot more.
Yeah, you'd be clicking a lot more at the start of the game, right? But even
But right now, he would be using more APM.
Well, to be fair, in a
yeah, although it's not
multiplayer
much more
game-
because he's doing stuff like he's just placing some things and he's giving these guys an order to harvest and stuff, right? He's not really in a massive rush here.
To be fair, in a multiplayer
There's
game,
not like there's a massive clutch play going on, you know?
you wouldn't be immediately attacked from both sides, typically.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning. So to be fair, I think this guy, I wouldn't want to face him in a multiplayer game. I mean, I'm learning a
Yeah.
lot by watching this because
Yeah, I mean, it's he's figured it all out actually, right? I'm actually pretty proud of myself because I knew that, like, oh yeah, if you put sniper bots under shields, you could do it because range is actually a really important stat in the game, and you could use the sniper bots to chase the artillery down. So, I'm proud of me. He beat me though because I was thinking, oh, you know, you could also use mobile artillery to shoot the mobile artillery back, and then you never even need to chase. But this guy's just said, nah, I can be more efficient than that, and sniper bots only.
the ZDA have sniper bots.
They do.
They do.
They
The
do.
ones on, you know, the legged one with the railgun on top.
Oh,
the one in the
right,
trailer.
duh. So
Kills the skyscraper.
So guard doesn't have a sniper bot.
No, guard doesn't have a sniper bot, and therefore are completely unplayable.
Well, I'm glad your faction has snipers. Special brand.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't stop to diss the EDA either. So he was saying, you know, for a Dyson sphere spanning Empire, they sure have a poor energy infrastructure with no energy storages in the game.
Well, that's gonna be corrected.
And the
build
reason
comes
why is
out.
because we haven't added them yet. So.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. That's gonna be.
That's
fixed.
right. So everybody's supposed to have energy storages. Is the EDA model isn't done, and we were sort of focusing on other stuff because you know, spoilers is that I was doing the EDA faction, but then I needed to do a lot of other things too. So gotta prioritize.
Oh, you're not.
We could always just white box it all out, you know.
White box.
That's right.
Out?
Yeah. So white boxing is when you
You just
well,
have
you put in a
temporary
white
cube
box.
models, so it's just
Yeah.
a cube, but it's a power storage. It acts as a power storage,
I
and you know
got
we're
you.
gonna make a model later, and that would make it more playable now, but it would look kind of crap. So that would be the trade-off.
I mean, I guess it depends on whether you want people seeing that.
Yeah, I think it's okay the way
Yeah.
it is.
I think so too.
Well, we think it's okay the way it is because we put enough units into the game to be able to play it. And
It's actually kind of
I'm
interesting.
not massively against the white boxes. It's just even adding the white box takes more than 0 minutes, and this is a pre-alpha, so we weren't really
It's interesting to play with constraints, like to not have snipers. You kind of have to do different things, right? So, you know, and it's nice to see the game evolving over time anyway.
yeah.
So you're not doing the EDA anymore, or are you just taking a?
Well,
step back from
EDA
that
is
for the-
EDA's got a few models in the queue, but we haven't really been devoting that much time to actually shipping those models out
I
because
see.
Brent's still going to work on it. He hasn't
Yeah.
left. We've just been doing heaps and heaps of other things, but
That's-
he'll go back to it one day.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no.
sorry.
So yeah, that's right. I'm still on the EDA. It's just it's on pause for a bit because we need to
What?
make the rest of the game.
He's discovered the delete key to blow up your own units.
Wait, you can just press the delete key, the delete key to do that.
Yeah. You know,
Oh,
we actually put that in not for gameplay, but for to make trailers and stuff, so we could just make it look cool and show like a whole base exploding, which is
Yeah.
why they don't all blow up at the same time. It's like it explodes in a sequence.
It does
Yeah.
look cool, I gotta say. I've also noticed
Yeah.
that when
I actually think we might as well keep that feature when you delete units, they don't explode at exactly the same time they explode in a sequence. And because you do want a self-destruct feature for your units, right? But you might as well make it like that, right?
What were you saying, Steel?
I also noticed when the T2 PD hits something, like sparks of the T2 PD fly off of the enemy unit that it hits. I think that looks really
Yeah, that's
cool.
right. Those are some new muzzle effects which weren't there the last time I think we watched. So VFX guys have been hard at work, and there's a lot more VFX who've actually upgraded a bunch of the muzzle flashes, like for the rail guns, have been
I think, Steel,
doing
you
a
were
lot
just
of
talking
things.
about the impact effect, right? Like a unit
Yes.
that gets hit sparks
Yeah,
with the muzzle flash.
yeah, that's right. It's a new effect there.
I really like it. I really like it. It makes the game look way
Glad you
more
do. We
alive.
worked hard on it. With the kind of the idea is that the Chosen are using concentrated plasma jets, right? And so when it hits something, it's like, yeah.
It really makes it look alive. So, what's this guy doing? So he is sending sniper bots in and out of the shields, and then he
Yeah, and then
pushes-
engineers, whenever there's a gap in the thing, he harvests everything that he can with the engineers, and he chases the sniper bots. Uses those guys to chase down the artillery.
Oh, there's his commander, just chilling, looking at the waves. I think he's enjoying the wave effects as well. He's just going.
He's just
really-
having a beach holiday there.
But yeah, all that stuff he just did, if he was doing that in the middle of the game, he would be using a lot more APM.
Oh yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But still, my favorite thing that we've added is that whole formation line drag thing.
Honestly, I think that yeah. So Mike's Nine's credit for that, right? But
Well, I
What a
think I just got
feature.
that from RimWorld. They do that, where you just grab your colonists and you just drag from here to there and it spreads them out across that line. I think that's where the
I didn't.
inspiration comes from that. And
but
also,
I have to say, because I was initially a bit skeptical that we needed it in this early in the game. I was like, yeah, we can do all this stuff later, but we put it
Yeah,
in, and
but
man, is it
it's
so
important
good?
to say games like Bar and 0K have stuff like this. So
They do.
Yeah.
and have had it for a very, very long time. And there's, they get to do curves and all sorts of things. So it's not. Yeah, let's
It's not
just
unique
point that
to
out.
us. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not unique to us, but I'm glad we put it in.
No.
That's
I love it.
very good.
It's such an upgrade from the Supreme Commander series. No shade to the Supreme Commander series. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we didn't love that series. But I think it's like really like the next
Yeah.
step
The
in
next,
evolution.
yeah,
It needs
well,
to
and
be there.
that's
It
what
needs
Chris
to be
says.
there.
We talked to Chris and Brad. We hung out with them earlier in the year,
Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
and they were just saying the same thing, that we've just taken like the philosophy of Subcom and just taken it a few steps further, which is what we were going for, right? But it was really nice to hear it from the guys, right?
The man himself.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Brad's awesome too.
Now, remind me
Lead
who
designer
Brad-
of Supreme Commander
Okay.
Forged Alliance.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because I know who Chris Taylor is. I mean, we all know who Daddy Chris Taylor is.
Yeah,
He made Total Annihilation, the Supreme Commander series. I mean, I think he's also messing with the, like, managing the Age of Empires series for a little while there. But, to hear that from him, that's huge.
absolutely. But Brad should get his credit too, because
Oh,
he
absolutely.
basically took Subcom Vanilla and turned it into Subcom Forged Alliance. That was his job, and that was a massive upgrade. He did a terrific job there.
Forge Alliance
Yeah,
is
it's-
definitely a massive upgrade from the vanilla.
Yeah, he was saying when we were talking to him, he was saying that what they wanted to do is to have Forged Alliance be like Brood Wars for StarCraft, so that when you're playing Supreme Commander, you don't even consider the original, you're playing the expansion. And I gotta say, they succeeded. When we think of Supreme Commander, or when I think about it, I think of Forged Alliance. I don't even think of the vanilla game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I even ever played the vanilla game.
Right. And Vanilla's pretty rough. Like, it was great for its time, but if going back to it after Forged Alliance is really, really hard.
Yeah.
But also, like, FAF have added so much on top of it in terms of, like, enhancements and things and balance and
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
right.
They're
Those
also
guys are
equally
amazing.
as legendary. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the work those guys are doing for the last 15 years now or something, like so much has been done. It's like it's I'd say it's as big an upgrade over
Yep.
vanilla
Forged
Alliance
Alliance.
as Forged
Yeah.
Alliance is over vanilla subcoms, because there's all the performance is I believe these are old benchmarks from a couple of years ago, and the performance got 30% better due to patches from Forged Alliance Forever. They just optimized the code, and since then they've optimized it even more. So the guys have done a great job.
It's not just speed though. It's also just like gameplay. There's heaps of user interface additions. There's I don't know,
That's
just
right.
heaps of great mods have been built. UI party.
Didn't they add a few new
That's-
units as well?
Yeah, they added the T3 mobile anti-air. That was it, wasn't it?
I mean, it needed,
Yeah, I think that was the only
needed to
one that
be,
was added, really.
I think it needed to be there.
Controversial subject.
Controversial,
Oh, okay,
very
never mind.
controversial.
I retract my statement. I retract my statement.
In the very unlikely event that anyone is watching this and doesn't know what FAF is, go and play FAF, because it's already like what we're trying to achieve here. We're obviously building on top of it. We're adding new things, new ideas, all that sort of stuff. But in terms of like the basic gameplay, it's super cool. Best game in the world. Go play it. Forged Alliance Forever.
It's a great game. What about Bar though?
Yeah. Bar's good. Yeah, I think Bar is good. I think in terms of gameplay, I'd rather play FAF, but like Bar is fantastic.
Yeah, what I think Bar is pretty cool with is all the kind of control schemes and stuff that they have, like all the line drags and the building a grid and building a square and who knows what else they've got going, because I don't keep up all the time, but these guys have done a really good job, right? They've taken they've basically built their own game engine based off the Spring engine, which is a custom engine. So like the whole kind of legacy of Bar and Zero K.
He just nuked T2.
Yeah, he destroyed his tier 2 generators and he's building tier 3 ones, which I'm not actually sure is why, because he's not really hurting for space too much here. But yeah, he's actually replacing his tier 2 power generators with tier 3s.
How are his extractors going? Has he upgraded any?
No.
He hasn't, right?
I don't think so.
No, extractors are for losers.
Built them. He hasn't even built them. And he's got
extractors are for losers.
He has 2 that aren't even capped. Three
that aren't even capped.
He doesn't even care.
We should point out that he's built a whole stack of T3 tanks now. So are they the sniper bots?
They're the sniper bots.
Yep, that's right. Those are the sniper bots. They need their own strategic icon. We need to go through and upgrade all the strategic icons. So that's on our. There's a lot of placeholders in this game.
Yes, it's important to note that basically everything in the game is a placeholder, or they're placeholders of placeholders, and we're slowly getting through it, but it takes time.
Yeah, well, you don't call it a pre-alpha for nothing, certainly, and there's so much work to do, and there's a lot of things that we want to focus on for the next sort of phase of the project. Don't know if you want to talk about that, Mike. Nine.
Sorry, I was paying attention to what he was doing with the orders there. I missed what you were saying.
Yeah, so do you want to talk a bit more about the next phases of the project?
Next phase of development. So,
Yeah.
what you see here, this is, the pre-alpha. You can see it's fun. There's heaps of stuff there. The next steps are to make it all multiplayer, because right now it's a single player experience. Um, so, and a whole bunch of other things will come with it at the same time. It'll be totally moddable. Right now it's a tiny bit moddable, and it will be a huge performance upgrade as well, because although you can't see it in this, there hasn't been any performance issues. Our goals are much higher than this. We're going to have thousands of units, and it's going to run a lot better. And he's probably got a pretty good computer as well. So all that work is coming. That's all coming in the next version. But the next version is going to take ages. It's like, I don't know, it'll take a year or something like that. So players aren't going to see a lot of new content coming. Maybe there'll be a unit or two, that type of stuff, or another map or something like that. But we're talking minor stuff. The next update's going to be huge, and at that point, you'll have player versus player battles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sort of what we're aiming for, right? So what we've done is we've been focusing on, proving out the gameplay, making it all kind of the minimum viable product for what we think is for the game. But the next phase is really to sit down and get the boys on the noses to the grindstone, which means there's a lot of it's not flashy work, right? It's not like, we're putting in all these cool things and all these explosions going in, right? And the guys will still work on those, right? But a lot of the work that we're really going to be focusing on is the typing code, right? And you won't really be able to see what it does, and right, so there's a lot of things that we need to sort of technical work that we're planning on the next phase. So that's it's going to be good when it's done, and that it's exactly these sort of long-term decisions and the planning that we think is required for a game like this, right? Because otherwise,
you need to make these
no good
pre-alphas though. You need to have it come out because you need it to show like the people who are giving you money, right? Like whether that's Kickstarter or an investor or a publisher or whatever.
Patreons, and you should sign up to the Patreon right now if you want to play this game. We actually have it as a reward for the tier 5 patrons, and it's a one-off, so you don't have to pay every month. And just to be clear, don't pre-order the game because it's still a pre-alpha, and we set the price really so that it's people who really want to support this project can back it. So don't think of it as like I'm buying the game. Think of it as I'm letting these guys develop the game, and I'm supporting them, and I'm throwing loads of money into their wallets.
Because the price is pretty high, right? It's like
that's right,
much higher than
what we've done is
at.
Yeah, that's right. What we've done is we've got several tiers of support, and the highest tier is the one who gets access to the game now. There's a medium tier, which like the second highest tier, which will get access to the game later when the beta's ready. But that's not coming right now. So, but you can actually get this game now if you really, really want to spend all your money, which you shouldn't do. So don't buy the game. Don't play the game.
Yeah. And if you have too much money, become an investor and buy shares in the company. So we've been doing that a bit as well. Which is another reason why showing the pre-alpha helps, is because you get awareness, and like some people are really into this type of stuff. And those people come and reach out to us, which is always very exciting.
Right. We have a few people reach out to us, many times a year, actually, right? And a bunch of them even end up actually giving us money, and that's it's thanks to those guys that we could make it so far. Because we initially thought that this would be a project that would last for about 6 months, from start to finish.
We had budget for 6 months, and we're still here.
And we're still here.
What year did you guys start? 2020 or 2020?
2020.
Yeah.
4 years
later.
Come
a long way. Yeah.
The year of our Lord, 2020. That's
You know,
right.
like it's been 4 years, but like for a lot of that time, we didn't have the team ramped up. You know, we had like 2 developers on it. You know, one was working part time and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, and we built this from scratch. You know, we didn't start with the Spring Engine or whatever. Like, you know, it's taken a lot of work. We've done all the art, we've done all the code, all that sort of stuff. And over time, we were able to ramp up and we were able to hire more people. But you know, it took a long time before we were in a position to do that. And on the
Yeah.
subject of money,
Shout
right? Like it always feels bad to like say to the community, like, hey, you know, give us money. Right? It sounds really bad. And we hate doing it. But the reality is that we've talked to like heaps of investors over the last 4 years, and the ones that ended up doing it, they all come from Discord, right? None of them,
Discord.
like, you know, I've talked to businessmen, I've talked to guys who've like sold their companies and retired. I've talked to like entrepreneurs. I've been to like fancy clubs where you have to like wear a suit to get in to meet like the investing agents and all that sort of stuff. None of those guys invest. The people who invest, the people on Discord, they know there is a massive gap in the market, and you know they're like wealthy themselves from whatever their past is, and you know they're like, yeah, cool, this could work, and they see
That's
like a
right.
free alpha, and they say these guys are doing it.
The guys who've jumped in so far, they've all known what the game is and what the legacy of this game is, and they've been in the gaming space. And some of them, they'd say, "I just want to see more cast of a game like this," right? Because some of them are older and they don't really play themselves anymore, but they still like watching the game and stuff. So
Yeah,
As a caster, when you mentioned multiplayer, I got very excited. I cannot wait to cast this game. I can't wait.
yeah.
And it's
to be
speaking of,
clear, that is a while off right
Oh,
now, right? So
Yeah.
we're saying
get it.
you can
To be clear, you have to wait.
I just got
keep
excited. Okay,
waiting.
I'll hurry up and wait. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Here we go.
people ask us when
Experimental on
is
the
the
field.
game coming out. The answer
So
is when it's done.
he's focus firing the experimental there.
With the
Yeah.
Yeah,
snipers.
that's right.
That's the right thing to do.
There we go. 2 experimentals here. So I'm pretty late. I didn't even notice all these experimentals walking in because I was too busy chatting. But there's been
Well, this
experimentals in
guy
the field for a
didn't
while,
even
right?
break a sweat at this point, right?
Yeah, because he's got the shield and because he's just got so many snipers.
That's right. He's figured it all out.
He's a god.
So one thing that you could do to optimize this build further is you can make more use of the adjacency bonus. So engineering stations can be adjacent to power generators or alloy extractors, for example, and then they use less resources when
Right. So you could cap your
building.
extractors with engineers instead
That's
of.
right.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to do.
Now let me
That's
ask
right,
you.
and that's the advantage of the engineering stations over the engineers is that they benefit from the
Adjacency.
adjacency bonuses, but engineers can move, which is very useful. But it's not immediate. It's not like one is clearly better than the other. We're trying to make it so that you can do different things, and you can see that this guy, he's got both piles of engineers and piles of engineering stations for different purposes.
All right, Vertex, my challenge to you is to beat this game mode without using the pause key. Or you can use it for the first like 5 minutes and then never again. I'm laying down the challenge.
Wow. Did you hear that, Vertex?
You can see the adjacency lines there. See the wavy
Yeah.
smoky lines? Yeah.
Now I got a question for you. Does ringing your alloy extractors with alloy what do you call that? Alloy
Storage.
Does that
The
do
answer is
anything?
no.
That's a no.
And that's by design.
So
So
you're
one
not
thing
gonna do
we
that.
want to do is we want to keep the game intuitive and understandable for people. And if you're not careful, then the alloy storage becomes an eco upgrade. It becomes an eco building rather than a building for storage. And what we've seen is that it takes 20 minutes to explain that to a new player.
Yeah, right.
You're doing it wrong, and like the thing that you thought
Yeah.
is how you play the game is actually totally you're just making a massive mistake
You're
by
saying it's
upgrading
a
your
not fun
extractors to get
detail.
more allies, right? And so we just don't have that mechanic at all. We actually wanted to have adjacency bonus between storages, so when you put one storage next to another storage, you get more storage, right? But they're kind of designed such that they don't affect the economy directly, right? They just add storage, and that means you can give them as much or as little storage as you want. They can be whatever price we need them to be worth building for storage reasons and not just to eco up. And everybody who comes from FAF expects it to be the other way because they think this game is a copy of that one. But
it's
this
not.
game, we built it from scratch, right? We built it from first principles, and it's just because Supreme Commander is so good that you arrive into similar places.
But so you're sort of saying that having, Supreme Commander's concept of storage around extractors giving a bonus is kind of like a not fun detail. It's not worth it. We'd rather the player's thoughts are elsewhere because it's just not really a great feature.
Yeah, it adds a lot of
I didn't like doing it.
Yeah, it adds a lot of like barriers to the like entry barriers to the game without really affecting the skill of players, right? Because once you learn it, you just all the pro players, they've set up their templates and stuff, and then you don't really think about it. Done, right? You're like, oh yeah, I know. But it takes a long time to figure it out.
It's kind of tedious.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I mean, I personally like it, but I see the argument. It makes sense.
So
And like, I mean, when you don't have to do that stuff, it just frees you up to focus on other stuff. And is that really part of a strategy game? Like the game should be more thinking about the battle and the fight, right? And the bigger map.
That's right.
That's the philosophy of the game. And
I think
thinking
so.
about having to put storage around. It's interesting that if you talk to the devs why they put storage in, it was just to make it look more like a base because people just used to make sprawling bases. They weren't connected to each other and it was just kind of a mess. So they made storage so they'd get those lines connecting the buildings.
And the adjacency bonus, yeah, that's right.
Well, that's how that was born, and I think it makes sense. But you're still keeping that because, like you're saying, storage is next to storage will connect, and you've got engineering stations next to the extractors. Like that's good stuff, and you'll still see it all connected. And what you realize now is that the extractor clumps will be where all the engineering happens, right?
Yeah, that's right. And so actually, and so there's other kind of adjacency connections going on because an engineering station wants to be next to factories, but there's no adjacency bonus between them. But it's this kind of implicit thing which is driven by the game mechanics, right? So there's all these things that make bases interconnected. Like you want to put buildings under shields, right? And so that means you want to clump up your buildings, and adjacency bonus is one of the ways. But really, I
love how he retreats his tanks, but he doesn't retreat his engineers.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, he will.
He's getting as much as he can.
That's how a Sigma plays, all right? That's how a Chad gamer plays, okay?
Mm-hmm.
None of this beta, run away immediately.
The other thing with optimizing the build is he just doesn't need all these shields in the middle of his base in this particular scenario because nothing's ever going to attack the middle of the base. You just need the edges. I don't know, unless he's planning on getting overrun.
Well,
I think he might be because Wave
only
20 has a few surprises for him, so...
It's only Wave 16.
Who knows?
So he's got 4 waves left.
And he's had 0 problems so far. 0. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Now let me ask
It's not hard enough. The game's not hard enough.
Not for him. Not for Vertex. Subscribe to him, by the way. Click the link down below and check out this video for yourself without us yapping.
Yeah.
Definitely subscribe to him and like his video and give him a comment saying, hey, the guy that Sanctuary...
Try harder.
Try harder. Okay, yeah, tell him to try harder.
No, tell him to do the challenge. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Finish God Gamer with no pause key after 5 minutes.
And tell him to play as the guard with no sniper bots.
Yeah. And no energy storage.
Okay, so I have a different challenge, which is to try to complete it on a different map, right? So we've seen it on this map, but I think it's because this map is actually the easiest map right now out of all the maps we have. Yeah, it's got two sides when the enemies come from, but when you're playing on God Game or on the other maps, they come from every side, and you better be ready. So yeah, that's my challenge. Mike has a challenge. I've got a different challenge, right? You can do one or both, or one at a time, or whatever.
Oh, his engineers are getting wrecked.
Yeah, his shields might fall here. Look at this.
Maybe this is a bit of a no. Look at that health bar.
Maybe this is a.
Look at that health bar just melt.
Disintegrate. Yeah.
They're gonna go out.
What I think is interesting is that this guy isn't building much point defense. He's got like a few blocks here and there, but I would be building a lot more than he is.
That's right.
Especially with the guys coming in so close.
Hundreds, right?
Well, you could build hundreds
really
if you wanted to. Yeah.
I think that's why he's really into his sniper bots.
He's really into his energy storage. You're seeing the amount of storage he has. He's got 700,000 energies maximum storage.
Why does he have so much? It's probably because he wants so many shields or something. I don't know.
I guess, but if he had built a power generator, for the amount of storage he could have built, like so much energy that he did. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I guess like maybe it's just insurance kind of thing, because one day he'll.
Yeah, I think it's he just didn't really want to think about running out of energy, because if you do, then you're gonna have a really bad time. So
that's true.
No,
I did.
It's just
I did.
Keep going.
He's building more. He's building even more.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just needs to dump mass, and that's the best. The thing.
I think this might be alloy storage actually.
Alloy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't see the icons on what the icons are on the screen. It's a little bit pixelated for me. So.
It's hard to see on YouTube.
It increases how long he can not notice he needs more energy. That's what it does.
Yeah,
so if he needs more
I think
generators.
Yeah, that's right. And with the alloy storage, it's because he's maxed out on his alloys and he can't spend it fast enough. Plus 1,000 alloys per second there for a moment.
Wait a minute.
And he's deleted his alloy storage to build more shields. That's right. Shields are what wins games, apparently. I guess this is why the sniper bots are here. So, because here's the problem with point defense. It takes up space on the building grid, right? But the sniper bots can sit in between the shields. And so, that means you can pack even more shields. Think about that. Why have shields when you can have more shields?
Yeah, right. You get to go 4 deep instead of 2 deep or something.
Yeah, and you know what? This guy, I have to say, I was watching, I pre-watched some of this video, and I thought, you didn't really need to get rid of the tier 2 power generators because you have so much space, but he's filled in all of his space now, or a lot of it.
Yeah, but he could have made the front way further out.
Well, could he have? Because then it takes less time for the enemies to arrive, and it's the whole thing's different.
Yeah, I think it's actually.
We don't know how many. What? Maybe this is 5D chess moves here. There's a lot of things where I thought it's a bit weird, but then it works out later.
I think it's better because the way he's got it, both fronts arrive at the same time. But if you had one front all the way to the left, you would have one front on the left, and then you clear that up, and then there's a front on the right, comes in, but now they arrive at the same time. That's actually hurting you.
Well, it could be that well, I think the fronts would be too far away from each other to like.
Wait a
help
second. He's upgrading a mass extractor.
What?
You heard it here first. By the time it's wave 19 is when you should start upgrading your extractors.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it.
I mean, he is the god gamer.
But
maybe we should take.
so the other
advice.
thing with the close fronts is that if your front is further away from the spawn locations of the enemies, it takes longer for the next wave to show up, right? And that means that you have more time to kill the artillery. So maybe this is also some kind of thing going on there, right? Where like it's easier. Yeah, no, he's building. So yeah, so engineering stations can build things in this game, and that's very cool. So he's building some power generators with them.
The explosions, I have to say, are just amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like them.
Oh, I love them.
Our VFX artist.
They are.
I love the audio as well.
Dude, it does sound great.
Yeah, they just you can feel the explosions and some of the experimental.
Oh no!
He is.
Oh no!
Time to build that. It's almost.
He's not gonna have time to build that. I think he's just This is those like trolling moves where you just
He's dumping his excess mass and power. I mean alloy and power.
Is that the T5?
It's the T5.
Yeah, it is. He's not even going for it. I mean,
it never even occurred to me that you can build that. Ever.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for it.
It's allowed. It's we don't restrict it.
He's just trying to get rid of his resources and spend them on something.
I think this is kind of just a trolling move. Like it's this sort of victory lap thing going on there because it's never going to get done, and I think you can't even harvest it before. Like we don't have that feature yet where you can harvest before it's built. So. Another thing he's doing is he's spending quite a lot of time on assisting and reassisting these things, and what the auto assist feature that we want would help out with that. So there's a lot more that we could do to make this easier for players.
It would just assist anything in range?
Yeah, like auto build, so you just queue up some buildings and then the engineering station build.
Are you saying that the engineering station can place buildings, or are you saying that the engineering stations will assist whatever is placed by other stuff, or are you saying you can place buildings without even having a unit selected, or what?
So the first two and the second and the third one is something we might think about as well, right? So the engineering station can place buildings. That's just a thing that our game can do. The engineering station, what we want to add is a feature where it will automatically assist nearby construction projects and automatically harvest and things like that, so that you don't need to manage them as much. It's kind of like you plunk them down and then they just do everything they can to make themselves useful.
And another thing is, you got that whole concept of being able to place buildings without having an engineer selected in the first place, and then
that's right.
Then you can assist those placement goes with engineers, but some units will automatically assist those things. So you don't really care which engineer is building it. You just say, someone build this.
That's right. That's exactly right. So those are all things that we. Some of those are already. One of those is already in the game. Right, but two of those are coming, and who knows? We'll give it a try.
He's almost
so the
halfway done. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Right. Maybe he is gonna do it in time.
No.
So he's on wave 19. Doesn't the game end in like 5 minutes?
Well, it takes you got to finish wave 19, and then you got to finish wave 20.
Yeah, that'll take about 5 minutes, right?
Well, I don't know.
If he gets it,
We got a
I
minute
haven't
left with
watched
this
to
mod.
the end of the video.
Oh, he's ran out of power. He ran out of power.
Oh.
Oh.
No, it's okay. He's run out of allies, so the power's back on.
I don't see any shields.
But yeah, the shields will take a little bit of time to recover.
recharge. Oh, that is devastating.
That's right.
Why does running out of alloy make your shields go down?
It doesn't. Running out of energy makes your shields go down, and he ran out of energy first, and then he ran out of allies, so his energy spend is up. Like, you see he's making 25k a second energy because he's out of allies, right? But in the moment that the shields went down, they haven't just gone up. So that's what happened. He ran out of both.
It even happens to God gamers. God gamers, everyone. It happens to God gamers.
And that's why he was building all of that storage.
So don't
Right.
feel bad, because it happens to even the gods.
No, but it was why he was building all that storage. It would have just happened to him in the past. And he was
Yeah.
building just way too much storage, so it doesn't happen again. He still wants to build this thing.
Yeah, I think this may be why he was building this much energy storage, is because here we go. It's the final wave. You've got a little target indicators on all the units you got to kill.
Many T5s.
A couple.
A couple.
And yeah, you know, one or
Just
two.
a handful. Just one or
So
two.
and there are 319 units on the field, and you gotta survive.
You gotta survive in survival.
That's right. And this is where the pause comes in again.
I don't think he's gonna get it up.
Can he get it up?
Dude, if he runs out of energy now, it's over.
He just put an
Well, he's
unfinished
not gonna
unit.
run out of energy. I think
You don't think so?
not with 700,000 energy and storage, and it's full, and he's out of alloys, so he can't build. He can't spend all of his energy
I see.
unless he gets a lot of alloys.
He just put an unfinished unit into a formation.
I saw that.
I didn't know we could do that either. Yeah.
Bugs in the code. Don't look at it.
Feature. It's a feature.
It's predictive. It's predictive.
Well, I mean, technically,
It'll be done.
you know, Nine, here's the thing, is you can give orders to unfinished units, and, so, yeah? I imagine that if you left it, it would actually go there when it was
It's a consequence that we didn't think about.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, but it's
He
true.
finished it!
My bad. Awesome. Well, I've never seen
No
anybody do
way.
this before. I've never seen it.
And he didn't just finish it, he finished it on God Gamer. Right, let's just think about this. This guy had enough time to pour enough resources into this guy.
Oh, he's gonna build
And
another,
just to be clear,
a T4 unit, a couple T4 units, what casually.
yeah, the
God gamer.
tier 5 unit, right? It's not at full power yet because it needs a giant like nano machine like area mega weapon, and that's actually its main weapon. Like what you've been fighting against all this time is the secondary weapons of this unit. Okay.
Couldn't you put your commander in it?
Yeah, that's something we're thinking about. Who knows what it will end up like, but yeah.
A robot
Anyway, so
controlling a robot inside a robot.
that's right. It's a robot because the chosen, the guard, or like the guard even better, right? The guard are
guard.
robots, and so you have a robot controlling a robot. But with the chosen, it's an
AI.
uploaded person
An
who's a
updated-
robot controlling a robot controlling a robot. Yeah.
That T5 just melted that T4. It didn't care.
Yeah, I suspect that was the sniper bots doing all that damage though.
Probably.
It's a lot of both, yeah. I do wonder because the shields are
Look at those
building all these
T4s
T4s.
just casually being built.
There is a bug in the game, I think, that I just noticed, is that you can see the build rectangles around the tier 5s when they're finished.
Oh, nice.
And the tier 4s, the build grid indicators, they just sort of walked off the grid, but they're still there.
Right. You mean the land of a previous T4 construction is still blocked, even though the
No, it's
experimental's
not
done?
blocked. It's not blocked, but the decal, the
Hmm.
indicator that it should be blocked, is still showing on these when you have it selected, so pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, are these sniper bots gonna do something?
Yeah, he's just sending them out now. Out of the shields.
Ooh, that's
Dangerous.
dangerous.
No.
Oh, he's
Oh.
he's brazen.
Oh, he's going against 3 of these things.
Yeah, but
You guys have changed it.
well, on God Gamer you get more. That's right, because
Never seen this.
well,
So
it never.
are they coming from the other side as well?
I think there's. I don't know if there's enough for the other side. I think it's like you get 3, but maybe we should send 8.
Did that explosion kill some
Oh.
of his sniper bots as they were? He did.
Yeah, man. I mean, the amount of sniper bots that have been lost. But I guess it doesn't matter at this point because he's got a tier 5, he's got multiple tier 4s, and the tier 5 has so much health, so that it's tanking everything. And the other side, you see, it's done.
It's done. Yeah, it's clear.
Not even close.
Oh, he's got a couple of scouts that he needs to clear out.
Stragglers, yeah, that's
Those, very difficult.
He should
pieces.
bring
like
those. He should bring the troops onto the left-hand side. Not kill the scouts.
He
well,
doesn't
you
need
gotta
them.
kill them all to win the game.
He doesn't need them.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other thing we were thinking of doing still is to, reduce the official frequency of these videos. We used to say these were monthly updates, but they're not even close to monthly.
They're yeah, every 2 months
Well,
lately.
let's move it to like a quarterly update. We'd rather do big, good
Okay.
updates, so we can, a bit more realistic. We're busy doing 1,000 things. It's just really hard for us to,
I got
you know,
you.
keep to that schedule.
Don't even worry. It's
Yeah.
been busy for me too. Like doing. It's been bi-monthly lately.
Yeah, and it's just hard to organize it because we're in 3 different time zones. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
for you it's like over past midnight now, right? So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's nearly, it's on the way to 2 a.m. or something. So
It's on its way to
just so
1.
you know, guys. Yeah, right. Well, we're just moving to quarterly updates, and if we ever have any news that we can't wait to
Let me know.
explain to everybody, like Kickstarter or something, we'll do an early one.
That sounds good to me. I like that. I like that.
And these guys seem to be stuck. I think this is a bug where when the code issues a waypoint and the 2 guys can't get to either point on the waypoint, they try to move, and so that's why they got stuck.
All right.
This looks really cool.
The battle of the T5s and the T4s. I think the audio design was a really great job from
Oh,
Pougravois, who did the entire audio design except for the music, which was done by Philip.
You win.
You are victorious. Yeah.
Very cool. Well
Very,
done,
very
Vertex.
cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. And then so one thing that we actually got some new victory screens. We haven't put them in the game yet, but we've made them victory screens. There's victory and defeat screens for each faction type now. So when you win as the chosen, you get a chosen victory screen, and when you win as the guard, you get a guard one.
Very cool.
So maybe that'll come soon, but there we go.
Well, I
Yeah.
Outstanding victory there. It was really interesting, even just to see how he did it, right? And it wasn't by like excessive micro or even bug abuses. He did it fair and square. You could argue the pause thing, but to me, that's totally okay.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
The pause.
It would be interesting to see it when shields aren't OP and when
the reclaim.
reclaim is adjusted. But to me, that was like mind blowing. The fact that he didn't build stacks of PD, which is what I was expecting. I was expecting 1 million shields in PD, but he didn't. That was pretty cool. And he didn't build many tanks either. Like he had a couple, but I would have had hundreds. So very, very cool. Really nice to watch. See how it's done. And I would have been aggressively upgrading extractors as well. Like this challenges everything I know. He's kind of like throwing all the rules in the bin, and he's just figuring it out from scratch, right? So kudos,
that's what it takes. And like I really love that he deployed the creativity to succeed, which to me is what this game should be all about, right? You come up with creative solutions to all these strategies, and you think about it. He analyzed what the different approaches were, right? He made a comment where he sort of said, the reason I went for sniper bots is because if you build tanks, if you build an army, you're just gonna get overwhelmed by the bigger army that's facing you. So you can't do that, right? Like it's a losing move eventually. And so, building aircraft is cheating because we don't have anti-air in the waves yet, so there might as well be bug abuse, right? And building like other stuff doesn't work, so it's got to be sniper bots.
In this current iteration.
So are we wrapping it
in
up
this version
there?
of the game?
Brad, are we finishing here, or did you want to show off some of the later guard units, or are we going to save that for next time, or what's the plan?
I mean, you got me there. I did want to show off some guard units, but also I think we've been going on for an hour. And I think what we'll do is we'll just put them on the other channels.
Right. Yeah, we can do it and bundle it into the next update or something like that when we do it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
When will the next update be? Next quarter?
Well, yeah, like
next
in 3 months from now or something. So yeah,
next
January,
year.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post Christmas, post New Year update.
So we don't have to worry about dealing with all the holidays and the such.
No.
Right. It could be. I guess it would be a New Year's update, right? So we could do maybe we could do a special one like a year-end recap.
Sounds good.
Or something like that. Who knows? Who knows what there will be? I realize I'm saying this all on camera, so it's not a promise what the update will contain, but speculations.
Well, anyhow, congratulations, Vertex. You did fantastic. I enjoyed that. So, anyone still watching, click the link down below to subscribe to him. He definitely deserves it. And subscribe to me because, I deserve it too. And y'all got.
You sure do.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Y'all
and you've made a lot of content still. I know you have lots of videos on your channel. I looked at Vertex's channel and he doesn't have many videos, but maybe if everyone goes and goes and subscribes now, you'll get a lot more attention and make a lot more cool content. So thank you, Vertex.
Thank you, Vertex.
Yeah.
And y'all got to join the Sanctuary Shattered Sun Discord. That is how you are going to really stay up to date with these guys. So click the link down below and do that. And also join the Sanctuary forums. That is also in the link down below.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for everything, Steel. We'll see you next update.
Yes, sir. It was
Yeah.
great seeing you guys. It was awesome watching this game. I learned a lot and I had a great time. So hopefully everybody else did as well. So thank you so much. So that's it for y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Share with your
That's
friends.
right.
Share with your friends, family, and foes. Gonna need something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everyone, GG.